the field. And I think it's also important to be careful about, trying to look for cheap property. You will always make it when it comes to real estate. You can't lose in real estate. So don't be bothered about want to buy cheap. Be bothered about want to buy legitimate, genuine properties that guarantee I'm safe and I've gotten something tangible. And I think that's what you should be thinking of when doing that. Of course, if you say which company to trust, GText Homes, of course. I happen to be the MD, founder of the company. Absolutely, GText Home any day, anytime.
But of course, GText, you couldn't have said it better because you've stood the test of time. You've been tested and trusted. I've experienced you firsthand. You're as real as it comes. And I think with the Bible of what you've done, your work should speak for itself. And you've really done amazing. I can't even believe that place that we went to see. I had a personal experience. I'd like to share it. That happened about 2000 when I just came to Lagos. Then when they were trying to talk me into this buying land thing, I used to have a friend who, of course, was working with a real estate development company. So she would always push me. She would always be like, there's this, you have to, so, even when I didn't know what it was, because I was quite very young at the time, even when I didn't know what it was, but I would just, she would just take my money, go buy this. And then they tried to get me to buy one in Lekki Phase 2. Then it was 5 million. But then they said there was so much water. It was, so everybody, they discouraged me so much. Do you know that was how many years ago?
Wow.
When I moved to Lekki a few years after that, I couldn't buy that land for 35 million. That 5 million naira. I'm not joking.
Wow.
And I was like, it was so crazy. What about Pinnock? I was supposed to buy a land in Pinnock for 35 million. And I was like, so between buying that land and between buying my house, I chose to buy my house over the land. You can't even get, how much land goes for there now. In such a short period of time. I keep beating myself over it because it's like, God, I should have known, So, okay. I'd like to ask, what other ways can we invest in real estate in Nigeria other than the land banking and, of course, the Airbnbs and all of the other one? What other way can we go about this?
Well, and another way is also, which is I briefly mentioned earlier, is rental income. It's a big deal right now. In fact, Washington Post released a report that says that Lagos will be the largest city in the world by the year 2100, having between 80 to 100 million people in Lagos. Right now, we're counting almost 20 million. Now, the question is, where will people live? So it means that if you have any house for rent in Lagos, you are going to be charging crazy amount. Right now, our head office is in Banana Island, and it's ridiculous how to rent a house in Banana Island, 5-bedroom. Some people are charging you 50 million for rent, right? 60 million rent, or not owning or renting, to rent for a year, right? But that magic will enter other parts of Lagos by the time the population explode based on the research that Washington Post is given. So what does that mean? It means that I want to be thinking of owning a house now to be able to rent out and begin to earn rental income for myself. And sometimes people always tell me, but what about those of us who don't have money? One of the things you could do is to partner with development companies, sell for them, earn commission, and be putting your commission towards owning your own, right? Even me, that's how I started.
You guys offer that service? Are you offering that service as this?
Absolutely, we have.
So you're not just giving them employment; you're also making it easy for them to own homes.
Absolutely, we just gave out 2 cars to people in that program this year. Right, the highest sales people last year from that program, where you don't need to quit your job or anything. You enroll and you're able to promote our property, and any property you sell, you get 10%. We also sell in Dubai as well. So if you sell our Dubai house or our UK house, you also earn for yourself. We currently have over 10,000 people in that program. Our goal is to at least do 100,000. So that is our own way of helping people,
empowering, giving back.
Yes, exactly. Exactly, and it's been working. So I think by every means, everyone has an opportunity here. And so a lot of you, I say, how? Just go to our GText Homes, and send them a DM. I'm sure the team will reply at GText Homes. I just pasted it. I'm sure you can pin it at GText Homes.
I don't even know my own.
Yeah, there are a lot of comments. So it's difficult.
I don't know why I'm not seeing my comments. Is there any, or did I do anything? I can't see the comments. Okay, I'm just saying that.
I'm able to see, but it's okay. I think we should just go ahead so that we don't cancel it again.
Yeah. No, we're not canceling.
Yeah, so but they can go to GText and associates.com or at GText Home. So a lot of people have been posting. So just send a DM and say, I would like to. But those are various ways to be empowered. So either way, you have money, you can buy a house and rent it out and make money. You have money, you can buy a land and do land banking. You don't have money, you can partner with a company like GText Homes, sell for us from anywhere in the world. We have people in US, UK, Germany doing this program and making money for themselves. So everybody is welcome in the real estate sector.
Wow. Okay. So what are the opportunities in doing real estate business outside Nigeria?
So outside Nigeria, fantastic, is that it's even a lot sweeter, particularly for those who are outside Nigeria, to be able to own property for investment. Again, the mistake many have done, particularly Nigerians in diaspora, when they live in diaspora, they just focus on mortgage, right? My own house, the house I'm going to live in. And what we fail to realize that mortgage is not an asset, right? Mortgage is almost some form of loan. Until you finish paying for that house, it's not yet your own. It's not yet your own. And if you default, and if you default like 3 times, they're going to take it from you, and the rest is history. But if you can be strategic, we have a home equity loan, equity line of credit that you can buy your first house, make it a single, and I've mentored several people in diaspora in this. You can buy a single family home that is probably 2 or 3 story, live in the first floor, rent out the second and the third floor. That way, your tenants are the one paying your mortgage. And if you also buy the house in a right location, the house grow in equity. I can use the equity on it to buy the second house and rent everything out, the third house, the fourth house. Before you know it, you have more than 20 to 50 houses, and you have any money from, people
left, right, and center.
Left, right, and center, and you build massive wealth for yourself. But again, let me warn that all these things require mentorship, require coaching, require training. It's not just this 1 hour interview and then you say, I already know it. You need proper guidance to be able to.
Because you can also fall into the wrong hands and make a major mistake.
Exactly.
I mean, for me, the first thing that would scare me would be dealing with the right people. I mean, that's being sure that I'm dealing with the right people. Because a lot of Nigerians have also lost fortunes, hoping that they're getting the right agents to buy them properties abroad, only to find out that you've.
Yeah, exactly. Though it's not as huge as what we face in Nigeria in terms of the scam rate buying properties abroad, because many of those who buy abroad either live there, and in places like Dubai, for example, where we are the largest African-owned brokerage firm in Dubai right now. There's a lot of regulations around real estate in Dubai. So except, you didn't do your research well, hardly can anybody scam you in buying real estate. But it's important to be educated.
No, most times they deal with like Nigerians in diaspora, you know what I mean?
Oh, I get you. No. Dealing with a company, I always say this, if you want to do property business, deal with a company.
Deal with a company, not an individual.
Not an individual, whether in diaspora, a lot of time people always say, no, it's you I know. I want to deal with you. It's not safe and smart.
It's not,
deal with a company. are not, even me, you can never see me give you my private account to do transaction with our company. You're dealing with a company. There are people, we have over 300 staff who work in GText. This is a structured organization. And what people don't understand is when you buy from a company, if they do anything wrong, you can take them to court. And as long as they have assets, the court can seize their assets and sell it and liquidate and give you back your money. But if it's an individual, even if he's standing before the judge and say, my lord, it's true, I collected money, but I don't have it again, right? There's nothing the judge can do. He will just say, okay, when can you pay? If he says he will pay 30 years from now, there's nothing the judge can do. But if it's a company, they can easily trace the company's assets and resources and find it. So please deal with company and deal with companies that are legitimate, that are structured.
And not individuals. This is one of the most important informations on this chart. Just not dealing with individuals on any level. It never really turns out right. Okay, let's move forward. I hear that Dubai is the next. It's a new big thing, especially for Nigerians, as you know, for investment and all of that. What do you think about this?
Yes, Dubai is, in fact, God has used us to help a lot of, not just Nigerians, but a lot of people to build massive wealth in real estate in Dubai, and we're so proud of it. You know, last year, we did over $10 million in sales. You know, funny enough, this year, we've already done over 7 million in real estate sales in Dubai already. And why is Dubai unique? The Expo 2020 has become very strategic. Now, I'll give you an example. The properties we're selling in Dubai last year, before Expo started, for $200,000 are currently going for $300,000 right now. Right? Rent
just between last year and this year.
And because of Expo, rent has moved by almost 40%. So places you could rent for $3,000, now you probably need $4,500 to $5,000 to rent the same place, right? So property market in Dubai is just
it would always appear.
Yes,
because the town is like the center where the whole world is meeting right now. So it would keep going. I mean, there's just no better place to do this kind of thing at the moment. I think it's where everybody should be looking towards. Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, okay, so for people, you know, most of my followers are like younger people who, you know, may not have all that it takes to just do these big things all at once. Is there like a flex? Most of them are young school leavers, or perhaps new, just freshly out of school and just beginning to make it in life. What kind of flexible payment plan can be, you know, things that will be suitable for people, younger people who are just not as, you know, buoyant as? Are there like payment plans? Is there any flexibility for mostly the real estate business in like Dubai and of course the one you're doing in Lagos?
Yes. So for our Dubai property, you have some of them you have up to 7 years to pay. And what's beautiful about a lot of the properties we sell in Dubai is that you don't need to pay 100% before you even get your key. Meaning, some of them you pay 50%, you get the key, and you can start renting it out and use the money tenant is paying you to balance it. Yes, to balance it. So it then makes it sweet. For UK and US, we have some development that we can give up to 4 years to pay. And so that helps. Now, for Nigeria, mind you, you may not get that level of opportunity because we decided as a company, for example, not to take loan, just to protect our investors, right? Because what we have seen in Nigeria is a situation whereby a company like ours, out of pressure, we're going to take loan from the bank. The economy is not stable. The company default payment. Then what does the bank do? It sells the loan to Amcon. They took over the entire estate. Meanwhile, there are other people who have invested with you, right? And they won't even recognize those investors. So as a rule, GText Home is owing no bank in Nigeria, one kobo, right? We are not borrowing from no bank. And I think even investors should work with such companies. Now, such companies may not build ready and say, come and pay. So usually they will tell you as you are paying, we'll be building. But the advantage you have is that you are not dealing with a company that actually it was bank loan they used to build, and at some point bank can take over the entire place. So exactly. So the kind of flexibility we have on a house in Nigeria is just 12 months, and for land is 3 months. And again, these are the reasons why we have been able to keep our integrity, because look at what happened to us in Nigeria last year. Cement that was going for 2,500 currently now goes for almost 5,000, right? Yeah, block that was going for 100 naira is now going for
everything is tripping.
Yeah, so imagine you have agreed that somebody is paying you for a house for 2 years or 3 years, or for a land. You know, the inflation has taken over. So you are really going to be at a loss. And this is why sometimes some companies don't keep up to what they promise. It then looks as if they are, yes, it then looks as if they're trying to scam people. So for us at GText, we just say, look, we have to tell you as it is. We are not playing the cheap game. You deposit 500,000, you have a land, those kind of stuff. We don't do that, right? And then we give you a bag of rice, we give you ram, we give you. We don't do that.
Are you throwing a shade? That sounds like a shade.
It's important. No, it's not even a shade, but it's important to say, because people often compare, right? You know, I did this, and at the end of the day, the same day will come back and say, I will never trust any real estate company in Nigeria. But when you were collecting the ram and the bag of rice, and were you not doing the math?
It's called customer dealer relationship. So that's what they do.
No, but in terms of, it's important to even do the math, right? Because if I made a deposit of 500,000, I already gave me a gift
of 150. Exactly. You're very correct. You're very correct. It's just that it's convenient for you not to look at those things. It's convenient to think, oh, it's just, you know, sometimes we see the red flags. We just don't want to accept it. Sometimes we really see this loopholes and these red flags, but there's a part of us that just wants to grab it all, and you just wish that you can wish it into being perfect. It's just crazy. Exactly. We've had so many bad experiences, so my brother. So everybody that's why I like the fact that you're taking our time to make all these explanations. So for people who have given up and said, you know what, this is not for me, maybe they've been beaten, they've once been, you know, run into issues. Because to run into issues with real estate people in Lagos is not a joke, particularly in Lagos. It's not a joke, those people. Anyway, so I was going to ask again. I said, how can we start our investments in Nigeria and outside the country? What are the steps you need to take? What do we need to look out for and all of that?
Beautiful. Step one is you need to start saving, right? A lot of times I meet people who want to do real estate, and the question is, but your estate is not affordable. But in reality, what you call luck is opportunity meeting preparation. And wealth creation starts with good saving habits, good saving culture, right? Because no matter what, quality real estate is not cheap. I often say this, for example, people always say, real estate is probably cheaper in America or UK than Nigeria. Well, we do in all those markets, and we can tell you that it's cheaper in Nigeria than in those places. What has happened in those places is that they have a better lending system. So I'm in Houston. I want to buy a 3-bedroom in Houston. Probably will go for $250,000. And if you convert $250,000 to Naira, you and I know that money, you use it to buy four bedroom, 4-bedroom units in Nigeria.
Right. Nigeria.
But the good news in Houston is that you don't pay the entire $250,000. You probably will just pay $40,000 and then spread for 30 years. But that's more of the lender. And people often blame with the developer. It's the lender that bridge that gap. Because the real developer gets his full money. So you bring in maybe 10% or 20%, the lender pays the developer the remaining what, 80% or 90%, and the developer moves on. It's now between you and the lender to balance your payment in 30 years, right? That's why it's then easier to acquire real estate in those parts of the world. But it's important to know that if you want to acquire real estate, start by saving well. Build a good saving culture. Number two, have somebody to guide you, and don't have relatives who have not owned property themselves. You see, us in Nigeria, maybe because we want to brag, you say, my uncle lives in Lagos, I'm going to ask him for advice. Now your uncle has been a tenant for 30 years. He knows next to nothing about real estate. So why not get people who have results? People can't give what they don't have.
Professionals.
You know, exactly. Get
professionals who have the experience, who
and
know,
are successful.
and are successful.
They have results to show. It's not just empty talks. They have results to show. So have somebody like that guide you, counsel you, and say, okay, go this road, go that way. That is very, very important, because if you don't have the right counselors or advisors or mentors, I call them, what will happen is someone who can just call you, you probably will see a house, a land for 5 million. And someone will call and say, what are you talking about? I know the ballet of that place. He will give it to us for 1.5 million. Don't mind that, they want to scam you. You end up going to pay 1.5 million.
So
later you realize that 5 of you own the land. You start fighting each other.
Yeah.
And the same you will begin to claim that you are scammed. But you saw other people who were ready to charge good money and make everything structured. For example, one of the things that is unique about GText, if you buy property from GText anywhere in the world, we partner with DHL to take your document to you anywhere in the world, no third party. So it's not like you sent your uncle or your cousin, they took the property document and went to sell the land behind you. We take your document to you anywhere in the world. We also run 247 CRM. You can call us 12 a.m., 2 a.m. Somebody is picking the call in the office. So this structure has helped, particularly Nigerians in diaspora, to be able to do business with us, whether here in Nigeria and we also run the same model in Dubai. We run 247 customer service in Dubai. But in US and UK, we only run daytime. But you're able to deal with us across the world, and we're there to help you. So, but get your savings right, get a mentor, and number 3, get started. Because, one thing about real estate, and I've said this many times, you don't wait to buy land or buy property. You buy property and wait, right? When it comes to real estate investment, delay is risky.
Delay is
Yeah, you have shared your story now of, how you delayed in a particular property that you had opportunity for 5 million. And before you say Jack Robinson, same property for 35 million, right? So better get
so these days I don't wait. Once I see something that I like and that I feel like I go for it. I don't mind. I buy properties and I'm like, okay, I don't know if I have money left in my account, but I'm just like, okay, we'll get by, because I've had so many regrets and I mean, it's just, I've tried so many other things where I've lost so much money. So I can tell you that the one area that I can beat my hand on my chest and say I haven't lost, because my properties are still there. Like they're just there. And every time, year after year, it keeps appreciating. So I'm never running. There's no loss. That money I could have even used it to maybe go on vacation, just use it for something else. But today now, so it's important to start. It's very important to start from wherever. Just start, have that mindset, and then just start to save. Saving is so important, especially now where the world that we live in, where everything looks like we have to look a little bit, over the top to fit in. I always tell young people or anybody who asks me, I say, look, you cannot spend more than you've saved. For me, you can't spend more than you're saving. Because that's just, and you can't keep spending when you're not making. Do you get? Because no matter how much you have, if you keep taking it back, keep taking it out, you wake up one day a poor person, because if that money is not being returned. So what you're saying is very correct.
I always say this, that poor people buy what they don't need to impress people that don't care.
Absolutely.
Right? Yeah.
I wish there's a way to say this for it to make sense to people, because there are always tendencies for people to misunderstand or misread, or just decide to say but this is a mantra that we need to start chanting a lot, especially for this generation. So you talked about mentorship, and that's basically why I'm here. I really wanted to know how. I wanted to talk to my people, my followers, my fans who have taken out time and data to be here today. Would you mentor them? If you could mentor them through all this process, because like you said, mentorship, it's a very big part of this whole thing. All right. Yeah. So if you could mentor the fans who are watching to know how they can get through to your company, to your organization, to see, I don't know, do you do like mentorship scheme programs or?
Absolutely. I do, but I have to be honest that my mentorship program are not that affordable. Because it's a lot of value that I give. But what I can do today, the first 50 people to chat me up, I'm going to drop the number very soon. I will link you up with our wealth advisors, we call them, right? First 50 to chat me up. And these wealth advisors will guide you and put you through how to go about investment, whether in Nigeria or any other parts of the world we've mentioned. No. But let me also remind you, it's important that you know that the number I'm giving is my personal number. So don't call me. Just send me your full name and your budget, right? It's very, very important, all right? And then I will link you up. If I will just tell the right wealth advisor to call you and guide you through. And I appreciate that you guys follow that protocol. It's very important that because sometimes in Africa, we don't respect people's time and people's privacy. You just want to start calling and hello. Don't call. WhatsApp chats.
Just send WhatsApp messages.
Yes, that's what your full name and
don't drive him crazy. Don't bombard him and drive him crazy.
Yeah, your full name and your budget, and then we can see how we can link you up with somebody to guide you. So the number is my US line, UK line, plus 4479 4965 2845. Plus 4479 4965 2845. I'm going to call it again. I don't know that you have
maybe
it.
We should pin it.
Pin it. Yeah, you can type it and pin it.
Okay, again, give me the number again. Plus what?
Plus 44. 79 49 65 28 45.
When you done that, what you gonna do?
You can call it out to be sure that you got it.
Yeah, I bet that.
Okay, let me see. Plus 447949652845. Correct. Yeah, you got it. And it's pinned actually. Thank you. Good job. Yes. So
make it easy.
That's the number. Yeah. So and I'll try to attend to the first 50 people, because I know, you have massive followers, and I believe you will still save this video, and more people will still watch the replay. And so I can promise to attend to the first 50 to chat me up. So I advise you do that, but please follow the principle: your full name, your budgets, right?
And what country you're interested in.
Yes, what country you're interested in investing in. And we'll get the right person to guide you and put you through and support you. But it's important that we say, and I love that my sister here has given you several testimony. Nobody that I've seen that has become wealthy globally does not own real estate. A lot of people don't know. Bill Gates owned the largest farmland. Largest land in America right now as we speak. right? I can go on. Jeff Bezos is also one of the largest owners. They may not shout about it or talk about it, but they are heavy when it comes to real estate investment. All the wealthiest people in the world that you know. Heavy. Please don't call the number. I'm seeing some people calling. Please don't call.
Already.
Just
oh my gosh.
WhatsApp chat.
Just WhatsApp, guys. Just WhatsApp. No, my followers are very well, they'll do. I mean, it must have been a mistake.
So it's important that we understand that true wealth creation is actually true real estate. I mean, I won't be where I am today. I won't even be near where I am today if I had not gone into real estate investment. I mean, who dashed my monkey banana? My mother was a civil servant. My father's business had even collapsed before I was born. I grew up very, very poor in Nigeria. I remember graduating 8 years instead of 5 years. I printed 100 CV, had a cover letter that, don't pay me for 6 months. I still didn't get a job in Nigeria. So if my story can turn around 360-degree through real estate, I believe anybody's story can turn. And I'm talking globally. Unfortunately, Africans were not, if I had to start a show called Investment Chat in a Rolls Royce, just to use the Rolls Royce to attract people's attention. But we now talk real, if you like luxury, what makes these people be able to afford luxury is the investment they've done years ago.
Yeah,
so don't
absolutely.
Just
luxury, not knowing absolutely.
And you don't know their background. You don't know how much investment they have. I just want to copy them. I always say this, that many people prefer to look rich than actually being rich. And that's the problem, right? When you prefer to look rich than actually being rich.
Being rich.
Yeah.
So you're only rich when you step out of your house. When you step back into your house, you become who you were. And that's just bull, because it's a fantasy that the world is building for itself, and it's so ideally, like you've said, you've touched literally all the angles that I feel like we should have touched tonight. And if there's anything to take home today, for me, I haven't really considered international investments in that manner. I've just thought about, I've been saying to myself, I mean, with the way the country's going, I need to buy me a house abroad. I know, but I think that was me wanting to buy for myself, not looking at buying it for business, as an investment, because it's not, I don't think I'm ever really going to be able to live there for so long. So, I mean, it would make more sense to look at it as a business venture.
We would love to host you in Dubai and take you around to see a lot of the real estate investment opportunity we have, and see which one you would like to do for yourself. And of course,
I need way more awareness. I need way more information on this. I mean, I'll be relating it to them, or maybe we'll be having this conversation from time to time, because I believe that I don't think that this is what they expected to hear. But I'm sure a lot of people would want follow-ups on, so maybe perhaps we do this more often. I'd like to get my own personal education on it. I don't know. As for me, I don't know if I have to go through the
I'm available for you.
Yeah, but really, for me personally, I'm interested. I mean, I always look for where the light is, because people when you like the good things of life, you have to just keep figuring out how to make it work, how to. So, we'll be talking a lot more, guys. Thank you so much for coming out tonight, for hanging out with me.
Yeah. Thank you for
Please don't forget to follow GText at GText Homes for more information. I'm going to put it right there and pin it so y'all can.
Can you help us save this video as well, so that others can take advantage of this, please?
Thanks for reminding me. I didn't save the first one, so I'll save this one now.
Okay, thank you for having me.
Pin this as well. God bless you. God bless you. Have a good day, and bye. I need to pin. How do you pin it again? Okay. Thank you so much, everybody, for making this happen for me today. I'll be carrying you guys along. Let's make some investments and make some good money. I really like the good things of life, so I can't afford to be poor. So anyway, I hear good investments, I try to get them. Beware of scams. There's so many of them out there that are scams. You guys have to be very, very cautious. So try to go to the trusted ones, the ones that at least you know that this one